The Nissan Qashqai. When it comes to automotive successes, the Qashqai is right up there. It replaced the woeful Almera in 2007, and since then Nissan has shifted 5 million of them, with it becoming the de facto crossover small SUV. But the Qashqai has become a victim of its own success. It became a white good and it blended into the background. You could say it got boring.
Well, there's no chance of the new one blending into the background because it looks fantastic. But before we dive in, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, the new Qashqai is a little bit longer, it's a little bit wider, and a little bit taller than it was before. And that really helps in terms of stance. This car looks really planted on the road. Now, one of the things that really changes between the old car and this one is the front. I mean, the front looks a lot more aggressive. Now, thanks to slim LED light technology, Nissan has been able to fit really thin headlamps here. It really adds a lot of aggression, a lot of attitude to the car. Now, talking about attitude, you can have 20-inch wheels on the Qashqai for the first time. 20-inch wheels, that's something you used to find on concept cars. Now you can find it on a family SUV. Madness. Now, inside, and my goodness me, what a transformation this is. The last Qashqai's interior was about as inviting as a doctor's waiting room. This one, it looks completely different. Now, just like the Nissan Ariya, and you can watch that video by clicking in the top right, there is a huge tech upgrade in here. Firstly, there's a 9-inch infotainment screen. It's a touch screen, but there's lots of nice little shortcut buttons, which is very refreshing to hear in this day and age. That's linked up to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. You can have Apple CarPlay wirelessly as well. Now, in front of you, there's a big 12-inch TFT screen. It's highly configurable, as you'd expect these days, but it looks really very clear, and it's such a big transformation from the old Qashqai, trust me. And on some models, you can have a head-up display as well. It's beamed onto the windscreen, but the nice thing about the Qashqai, though, it's 10.8 inches. It is a really very big head-up display for this kind of car and this kind of price point. Another nice thing in here is the quality. I mean, the last Qashqai, the interior quality was just average, really, to put it politely, but this one, lots of lovely soft touch plastics. We've got leather on the dashboard here, squidgy plastics all around. The doors thunk really nicely, and it feels very, very comfortable. I mean, for families on long journeys, it's going to be very comfortable indeed. Right, that's enough about the front. Let's look in the back. Now, in the back, the new Qashqai's wheelbase is 20mm longer than the old cars, and that really benefits interior space. If you really want to know, there's 28mm more knee room, for instance, and 15mm more headroom. And I have to say, I'm just over 5'10", and there is loads of space back here. Even with this panoramic glass roof, headroom is very good, and I mean, there's more than enough space for a small family back here. Now, there's some good little touches as well. There's a USB-A and USB-C charging points down there. There's good sized door bins, and there's the good old armrest, so you can get nice and comfortable. One thing that is a massive improvement, though, is the doors. Now, they open a little bit wider than they did on the old Qashqai, which will be music to the ears of everybody who has struggled loading child seats into the back of the car, and for our good friend, the cameraman Nigel behind the camera, because he's able to open the door a little bit wider and capture my lovely face.
The boot has grown too. There's now another 74 litres, meaning the Qashqai's boot is a very spacious 504 litres, putting it right amongst the best in the class. Nissan has also carried over the luggage board system from the old Qashqai. Fancy name aside, it's a two-piece variable boot floor that makes the boot very flexible. Now, under the bonnet, it's all changed. Diesels are out and in comes electrified petrol engines. There are 3 engine choices, 2 of which are a 1.3 petrol with a mild hybrid system. There are 138 and 156 horsepower versions, manual and automatic gearboxes, and 2 and 4-wheel drive. The most exciting engine, however, is the e-Power. It's effectively a range extender, so there's a 1.5 litre petrol engine under the bonnet, but it doesn't power the wheels. It powers the 140 kilowatt electric motor, which in turn drives the front wheels. And it comes with Nissan's e-pedal from the Leaf electric car. With it switched on, you can drive this car with one pedal, and you hardly need to use the brake pedal at all.
So there we are then. That is the new Nissan Qashqai. I'm hopefully going to be driving this before it launches in the summer. But in the meantime, let me know what you think to it in the comments below.